Its mission is to bring the stories of our local veterans to life. But to do that, Siouxland Freedom Park needs your help. The Freedom Ball, the park's largest fundraiser, is taking place Saturday night. This is the 4th annual ball to benefit Siouxland Freedom Park, and this year's theme, honoring those on the home front. Colonel Lee Ellis, a retired U.S. Air Force pilot and decorated Vietnam War veteran who was a prisoner of war, will be the night's keynote speaker. Colonel Ellis will share his journey as a POW and the lessons he brought back home after years of imprisonment.
Everything from communication to social structure, how you set up little things like running down who's in charge of what little section. They took their military training and put it into the POW camp in conditions where they were kind of forbidden to do that, and they still found ways around it. So the American ingenuity pulls through there all the time.
Tickets for Saturday's Freedom Ball are still available. You can find event information as well as how to get that ticket information. We have the link for you right now on KTIV.com. And this year the Freedom Ball will raise money for 2 items, a recording studio and a new exhibit highlighting the sacrifice of Siouxland's most well-known prisoner of war. KTIV's Katie Koppel with more tonight on future plans for Siouxland Freedom Park.
Every veteran should have the opportunity to share his or her story from the military, because everyone has a story, no matter how small, how big.
Dozens of stories live inside this interpretive center. Stories of veterans from right here in Siouxland. The Freedom Ball raises funds to make sure that those stories can keep living on. Inside the Brigadier General Bud and Doris Day Interpretive Center, the words of Siouxland veterans highlight the sacrifices made across generations. The funds raised from the 2024 Freedom Ball will pay for projects inside the Interpretive Center. One, an exhibit welcoming visitors and honoring the man whose name the building bears, Brigadier General George Bud Day.
He served in World War II, came home, got his education, became an officer. He was in the Army. He went off to Korea. He went back to the Air Force side, became a pilot, served in 2 tours in Korea, I believe it is, and then he went to Vietnam when he was called in Vietnam. And then he stayed a little longer in Vietnam than I think he intended to.
On August 26, 1967, then Major Day was flying in North Vietnam on his 65th mission. Anti-aircraft fire damaged Day's plane, forcing him to eject. North Vietnamese militia captured Day. He was held prisoner for 5 years and 7 months before released on March 14, 1973. Once he returned home, Day dedicated his life to giving back. Hogan says Siouxland Freedom Park wants to honor Day and his wife Doris for the sacrifices they made.
Our vision and our dream is to tell that story. Not just tell the story while he was a POW, but show the tenacity of this person and show the tenacity of his family as well. We have several family photos and all those kinds of things. And we're always looking for more personal items.
The plan is to create a display case where visitors can learn about Bud and Doris Day and see the items that belong to the family. Deeper into the Interpretive Center is a recording studio. It's called A Place to Remember and offers veterans a safe space to tell their stories and preserve them for generations to come.
I've personally interviewed dozens, probably over 50 veterans, and giving them the opportunity to share what they did, and in some cases, lives have been risked, and luckily they're here to tell us about it.
For those working behind the scenes at Siouxland Freedom Park, it's all about giving those who've sacrificed so much a place to feel seen and heard.
Just giving Siouxland veterans the opportunity to share, to, look at what has been done here, because we care about them. We want them to have a place to go. Not everybody gets to go to DC, so we have a place right here in Siouxland to reflect and heal.
Reporting in South Sioux City, Nebraska, Katie Koppel, KTIV News 4.
If you have items specifically of General Bud Day that you would like to donate to Siouxland Freedom Park's display, we have information on how to contact Siouxland Freedom Park in this story online at KTIV.com.